we have all this gold out. We don't have any silver on this, but I want to put this into my hand just to give the people viewing just an idea of, you know, what we got going on here.
This is $60,000 worth of gold in my hand, and it's just a fraction of the gold that's on this table right here. And in today's video, we are going to be talking in person with a dealer who has moved more gold and silver than most people will ever touch. We'll be talking about stacking strategy, gold versus silver, and even why this coin dealer, even though he loves gold, keeps 75% of his stack in silver. We'll also talk about what it's like to get out of Dodge with this much gold, but in silver if you need to go quickly. We're going to talk about all of that and more. So guys, stick with us. Today we are joined by Mike from Mid-America Coins live in his coin shop. Let's get to it. My channel is sponsored by SDBullion.com. New customers can get their first order of gold or silver at spot by going to SDBullion.com/new.
Hey everybody, we are back here and actually in the shop with Mike from Mid-America Coins. And as you can see, we have well over $100,000 worth of gold sitting right here on this table. And Mike, I want to talk to you about gold and silver today, but specifically I want to start with gold. That's a lot of gold there. What are we doing with this gold here? Because I see you have this gold tray out, which was just in your showcase not long ago. Now it's here in front of you. What are you doing?
We like to take every other day, maybe at the most a week. We change everything out. We put something different in there. So our customers think, hey, there's something new in there. We like them to stay interested in what we got to show. So we change everything up. We like doing that. We find that our customers spend more when they're looking around because they're afraid they might not see that piece again.
Okay, fair enough. So you're not trying to say you're tricking your customers, though. I'm just kidding.
No, not at all. I want my customers to see stuff that they haven't seen before.
I know, and I'm just messing around with you on that. But why, if you don't mind me asking, why don't you keep a lot of this just out in the showcase full time? So like I noticed your tray, and just so you guys know, this is the tray he just pulled out of his showcase. And if you'll notice, and I'll turn it around here for you guys, there's no buffaloes. We have, it looks like we have a St. Gaudens, we have a 20 lib, we have a couple of 10 Indians, three 10 Indians, a couple of 10 libs, some 5 Indians, 2.5 Indians. I don't see any buffalo. I don't even see any eagles here. So
well, wait a minute now. We got some buffaloes right here that we're getting. Remember what I said? We changed stuff up. We got eagles here. We got buffaloes here.
All right.
We're getting ready to get these maples, eagles, and buffaloes in there so we can show them off a little bit.
I know, but why wouldn't you want those out full time? So what if somebody comes in on a day that you don't have those out, and that's what they're looking for?
Well, usually they'll ask.
They'll ask? Okay, fair enough. But you want them when they come in to have a fresh experience.
A fresh experience, yes. We put stuff like this out every day, only it's a little different every time. You know, we like to people like our slabs. These are some of our slabs that we will change out with slabs we already got out, and maybe later on you can get. This is a set we're doing here, and then we got stuff that we will set out and change out.
So I didn't even notice this. That's a proof gold Kruger end right there.
Yeah, we have the whole 4-piece set here.
Oh, okay. So you have the quarter ounce, the half, and the tenth.
But we're breaking it up. We sell them in pieces because our customers like some of them only want the tenth.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know.
So let's talk a little bit about like the difference with silver and gold. So we have all this gold out. We don't have any silver on this, but I want to put this into my hand just to give the people viewing just an idea of, you know, what we got going on here. So this is 18 1-ounce gold buffaloes. Now, if you guys want to grab a calculator, I don't have one in front of me, but I can give you an estimate. $3,300 times 18. That is around $60,000 roughly.
Roughly, yeah.
There in my hand. Mike, what would happen if I were to try and put $60,000 worth of silver in my hand like I just did that gold there?
You won't.
I won't.
No, you'll have about 3 boxes in a partial held up in your hand, so that's over 1,500 ounce silver you'll be holding in your hand, which gets pretty heavy.
Now, that's not to say that silver is a bad thing, but I guess when you have this much invested in precious metals, would you say that it's probably best to diversify a little bit so that if, say, we come into a situation where you do have to get out of Dodge, you know, you have to leave really quickly, it's going to be a lot harder to load all that silver in your car. It's going to weigh it down as well. And, you know, maybe, you know, having some gold so you can grab it quickly and go. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that, yes.
So let me ask you a question then. What are your thoughts on
See,
gold?
all this stuff right here in this little pile here, I can fit in my pockets.
I see that.
I can go.
This is another 10 ounces right here, guys, by the way. That's 10 ounces of maples. This is 6 more maples. That's 16 ounces right there. We had the 18 buffaloes. So that's 34 ounces.
You're looking at around $150,000 plus, or give or take a little bit of gold.
And you can fit that in your pocket.
But you ain't going to fit that silver in your pocket.
No, so $150,000 worth of silver. How many monster boxes would that be roughly today?
Roughly, you figure it's what, around 38. So basically, you're looking at about 7.
Yeah, that's fair. But that doesn't mean silver's a bad thing, right?
No. I don't. I stack a lot of silver, and everybody stacks differently. I'm 75 to 25. I do 25% gold and 75% silver.
So wait. So this is your store's gold, not your gold, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the store won't let me have this. I got my own.
Right. No, I understand, but I'm saying like,
right.
If you had 70, so you would have to do that. You would have to have 3 times this much value in silver. That'd be $500,000 worth of silver.
Oh yes.
I mean that would be nearly impossible to move quickly.
Yeah, it would be. But
yeah. But so does your store have that much silver?
Oh yes.
Gotcha. But you don't keep that all here because I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, it's back there.
It's back there. Man, I need to get a tour of that vault again. He won't let me do the vault tour again. That's okay though. But this is wild to see this. This is wild to see, how much money is just in that little bit of gold right there. Now, when you're buying, was this gold that you bought primarily from your customers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When you're buying this, do you test it?
Oh, yeah, of course we do.
So you test every single piece?
Everything gets tested.
Okay. So how do you test something like this? Do you use the Sigma or the Ping?
We used a little mini Sigma tester on them.
Okay.
Yes.
That's very cool. So I like the Sigma Metalytics for testing gold because it's just so much value. You think about, and I'm not trying to sell a Sigma, I promise. This just happened to come up in our conversation, but if you think about it, one fake gold coin caught by a Sigma pays for it 2 times over, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it makes sense. And it's good to know that shops, do you think all shops test their gold like that when they come in?
I think they should, especially with today's market.
Have you had any fake gold come into your shop? And what do you tell the person when they...
We let them know it's fake, and we tell them that they really shouldn't go out and try to sell it anywhere else. We actually have a couple pieces where the customer actually gave it to us and said, Mike, please get rid of it for us.
Okay, so here's my question then. If you have a customer that trusts you so much that you tell them a gold coin is fake, they're willing to let you have it. Have you ever had the opposite where you told a customer it was fake and they told you off or got mad at you, accusing you of trying to rip them off?
We actually, a couple years ago, we did have a similar case like that. And actually, the guy gave the gold coin, it was a proof eagle, to his employee, told him that was his back pay, that he could bring it and cash it, which at that time we already knew it was fake. So the bottom line is we contacted next door. If people don't know, we're right next door to the police station. They filled out a report. Guys, it's illegal to sell fake gold or silver, especially if you already know it is.
Yeah, and that's actually a good question. Let's talk about that. So it's not actually illegal to own it. It's illegal to try and pass it off as real. Is that correct?
Especially if you already know it's fake.
Right, yeah. So if you know it's fake and you knowingly are trying to pass off fake gold as real, that is a felony?
It is.
Yeah, okay.
It is. That gentleman is actually doing jail time right now.
Gotcha. Man, I would not want to be in that situation trying to sell fake gold. But let's get back on topic here. Obviously, even though moving a lot of silver like what we had just talked about would be difficult, another thing to consider, and I've talked about before, is let's say you stack just these 1 ounce gold buffaloes, right, Mike?
Yes.
If we ever get in a situation where I need to barter with something like this, I mean, this is probably going to be too much for what you would typically need, right? Like if you need to get some water or eggs.
Right. That's where you need to get fractionals. I'd say silver is a good source for that.
Right. Silver is a good source for fractionality. I 100% agree. But you also have this box here. Can you tell us a little bit about what you got going on?
Yeah,
in this
we
box?
got little 120s, we got grammars in there, we got 10s, we got gold bars in there.
Now, do you recommend stuff like this for fractioning out, for fractional gold, or is there something else?
I do tell people I would rather see them do that than get some gold backs and try to do it with them.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the gold backs. What are your thoughts?
I'm not either right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't rationalize how that would really work.
So my issue with goldbacks, and I know I'm going to get some hate comments for saying this because it always comes from the people that are just like super excited about them, whatever. But My issue, Mike, with Goldbacks, and I want to get your thoughts, is that the premiums on them, and some people say, oh, it's not a premium, that's its market value. But at the end of the day, if gold were to double or triple in price, and we're not predicting it will, but if gold were to double or triple in price, wouldn't it be, Mike, just better to have more gold? Because to get 1 ounce of Goldbacks, you could basically go out and buy 2 gold buffaloes to get 1,000 Goldbacks, which is 1 ounce. You could basically get 2 buffaloes for the same price.
You're exactly true. It's I think the trade out right now is around $6.80 for a dollar Goldback. It takes 1,000 of them to make 1 ounce of gold.
Right. So again, so that means if it's $6.80 trade, that means for 1,000 of them it'd be 6,800. Can I buy 2 of these from you for around 6,800? Gold's 3,300.
Easy.
Right. So I could buy 2 ounces of gold, or I could buy 1 ounce of gold. And in my opinion, at that point, I'd rather just have 2 ounces of gold.
Right.
You agree with that? Okay.
I mean, I tell people that it's more of a novelty in my eyes. That's what I see it as, a novelty. It's okay to own a couple as a gift.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on the Goldbacks for what they are. I just don't like the price on them. That's my problem with them.
Yes.
I like the idea and what they're trying to do with them. I'm not big on like how much it costs to do what they're trying to do with them, I guess. So Mike, let me ask you this. For anyone that's thinking about stacking gold or silver, something like this, what would you recommend, if they're just now starting out?
Oh, I'd recommend them to go in something like this or Cougaran, because it's a little bit cheaper 1 ounce golds.
Okay.
Something a little cheaper. Because if you're stacking, it doesn't really matter what kind of coin you got, as long as you got one.
Yeah, that's fair. Now, what about someone who can't maybe afford 1 ounce? If they're going to do fractional, what would you recommend?
I would
fractional?
recommend getting a 1/10 ounce, because the grammars have a little bit more premium.
Okay.
So I would say get a 1/10 ounce, and you don't have to get an eagle. Once again, you could probably find like your Canadians or something like that a little cheaper than an eagle.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Mike, well, I really appreciate you chatting with me about gold, and I look forward to hanging out in your shop today. So thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you.
It's nice to actually be in front of you.
Yes.
All right, guys, I thought that was a great chat with Mike, and I hope you got something out of it as well. And if you did, do me a favor, don't just subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up, which I would appreciate, but also go over to Mike's channel. I'll put a link in the description below. It's Mid-America Coins, and give him a sub. He has been putting out more video content lately, and I'm sure he'd love to have you over there as a viewer. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.